Hey, and welcome back to my channel. I am so pleased to have you back here today. Today's video, we are going to be digging deep. We are answering the questions that you sent in. So I'm going to try and get through as many as I possibly can. But if I do not, or there are more questions you have or any suggestions or things that you want to see in the channel, you know what you can do? Let me tell you what you can do. You can like this video, you can comment what you want to see below, the questions you have, the things you want me to go in a bit more detail with, and of course you can subscribe, so when I do it, you know, see, look at me just helping you out already. Oh my gosh. But without further ado, let's get into it, because that's what you came for. So let's get it. First question we are going to open up with is, what can we expect to see on your channel? Well, this channel is for a lot of people. For the people who your 9 to 5 is just as important as your side hustles, your passion projects, your businesses, the other things you do on the side. So if you are interested in law, if you are interested in entrepreneurship, if you are interested in tech and creativity, then this channel is here for you. I will be doing some really cool interviews with people that I know in the space who are just bossing it. I will be giving you vlogs, like real lifetime, about what is going on whilst I'm studying. So for anyone who is pursuing law, you can really get a good feel about what you're about to step into. The same can be said for entrepreneurship. The same can be said for tech and creativity. So you can expect vlogs, interviews, and then just some great chit chats. You know, some a little bit of this, where I can share all the knowledge that I've picked up on the way. And I hope that you'll equally be able to interact with me in the comments and on Insta and on socials, where you can share with me too. So keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, and watch this space. This channel isn't just about following my life around. It's actually here to be as informative and educational as possible, so that you guys do not make the mistakes I made, and that you can make the most informed decision when you are considering pursuing law, or if you're considering pursuing tech, or if you have a side hustle you're trying to build. This is what this channel is here for. So the next question we have is, can guys be not so corporate babes too? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Not so corporate babe is for everyone, okay? It is for everybody. It is for anyone who, you love your 9 to 5, but you love your things on the side. That is the crux. So if that is you, then yes, you are also not so corporate babe. Let me tell you, if that is you, then you and I are both not so corporate babes together. So yes, in short, guys can be not so corporate babes too, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. The next question we have is, what are the common misconceptions about law? So this is a video in and of itself, and I will go into this in more detail soon. But if I were to give you my personal top 3, I would say firstly that every day you are in court. This is a personal misconception I held on to, or that every day I'd be able to just be out there arguing, and that just isn't the case. We have barristers, we have solicitors, and even though barristers are predominantly the ones who will be going to court, not even they are in court every day arguing. There is a lot of other things that a lawyer is expected to do. The second one is that the only law available to you is criminal law. And again, that's not the case. There are so many different facets in law that I would encourage you, if you are thinking about being a lawyer, to actually research and discover and see which one floats your boat. And lastly, that you have to study law to be a lawyer. That is not the case either. Even though I did a law undergrad, I studied international law and globalization, which was an LLB. You can effectively study what you want and do what is called a GDL, a legal conversion. So the law route is always open to you. It's It's always open to you. So how do I know if law is for me? That is an excellent question. See that? Great question. And it's a question that I encourage everyone to ask, and I will cover this in more detail later. But my top 3 ways to unpick this is, first of all, do you have a natural interest? If you do have a natural interest, dig deep, discover that, figure out why, what is drawing you to law, what are you apprehensive about, like really understand where that interest lies and what is drawing you there, because law could be the answer, but your interest could lead you to a whole entire different route that also has a law spin to it, or justice is involved, or policy is involved. So really dig deep in your interest. The other thing I would say is skills. This is a really practical one. Look at the skills needed for a lawyer. Look at the skills you possess. Look at your strengths, look at your weaknesses, and you can just see if it actually works out for you. And even with the skills that you may not possess, you can develop those. So it's not the be all and end all of the world. Like, you can always develop a skill. But that's a really cool practical way to see if law is the route that you want to go down. And last but not least, experience. Let me tell you, people, there is nothing better than finding out the real for yourself. And I know it can be a lot more difficult now that we're in a pandemic to actually get experience on the ground, but where you can get legal experience, get it. And I mean that in all places, not just at the law firms. I'm talking chambers, I'm talking in-house, I'm talking the high street solicitor down the road, I'm talking the other companies that have a little legal spin. Get your experience in. And where you can't get experience, talk to people, talk to lawyers, talk to solicitors, barristers, paralegals, people that just work in a law firm in general, trainees, law undergrads, non-law undergrads who want to go into law. Chat to people, use LinkedIn, use Insta, use what you can at your disposal to get as much true experience as you possibly can. So another excellent question we have is, what does it actually mean to have a passion for law? And honestly, we hear passion all the time. And personally, to me, having a passion for anything is just having a natural drive and determination to do something. Even when it's a rough season and you're thinking, this will actually not break me, you still want to do it in the end. So a passion for me, like I said, to drive, that no one has to force you to do it. You want to do it, you want to pursue it by any means necessary. You are jumping all the hurdles and shutting it down. So the next question we have is, how do you manage to balance it all, Keanna? How do you know what to prioritize and when? And if I'm being entirely honest with you, I am still learning. I'm still learning how to do that. And you will all be able to see me do that live and direct to take you on this wonderful journey on this channel. However, I think to answer it in short, I am very much aware of what season requires my focus when. And I'm also trying to be more disciplined and strict with the 24 hours I have. So making sure that I'm not just ticking off the quick wins on my to-do list, the things that really aren't going to shift the needle, but utilizing methods like 80-20 or rocks and pebbles, which I will go into in more detail when I give us all a wonderful productivity prioritization video. But yeah, like just trying to use methods like that to ensure that all of the things are getting the adequate time they need, but being mindful that some seasons I may need to pour in more to this than that. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. So the next question we have is, why did I want to become a lawyer? And the story behind that is, when I was really young in Jamaica with my grandma, we had a running joke that I would make an excellent lawyer because I love to chat and I love to argue. And that really kicked off the journey that I've been on ever since, of finding a career that allows me to pursue justice, that allows me to chat, and then have the flexibility and room to merge all my interest in, has been the catalyst for why not only have I always wanted to be a lawyer, but why I am now going to train to become a lawyer. We have, how did you get into tech without having a tech background? So the question is very, very true. I do not have a traditional tech background, even though I did do triple science at school. And listen, in my heart, I'm a STEM babe. From A levels pretty much to university, my focus has been on social sciences, law, etc., etc. But fundamentally, I think it's understanding that if you have an interest in something, there is a way in for you. That way may not look like you being a software engineer or being a front end or full stack developer, but tech has plenty of roles and routes in. So yeah, I got into it because I have an interest. I've always enjoyed cybersecurity. I've always enjoyed, like, I'm really tech savvy. You know, if I'm gonna tell you a little secret, I like reading about new tech and what's being developed and trying new things. So it was a natural progression. And so now I'm here, and I'm also very aware of my expertise and my capacity in tech. You know, I can't code like some OG coders, but that's cool. And I think it's understanding and doing your research on the industry that tech, coding is important, engineering is important, computer science is important. All these things are major keys. But, you know, do your research and see, is there a way in tech that isn't that suits your skills, your expertise, and your needs? The next question we have is, how did you go about launching a tech business and getting into tech without having a background in tech? So I've always had an interest in tech, but I've been aware of my skills, and that's where, when it came to launching Newless, I put those two things together. Tech is a fundamental part of most people's lives today, so it's important that we don't see tech as something that's intangible, but rather, what is your relationship to tech? How have you been using tech? And me, I'm aware of where I need to ask for help. Let me tell you for free, I'm aware of where I need to ask for help. So I think for anyone who wants to launch a tech business, but you don't have a tech background, do your research, look at your skill sets, what you can bring, and reach out to those who are skilled and gifted in the area that you need, and voila. So the next question we have is a double whammy. It is, how are you feeling about starting law school in a pandemic, and what are you most looking forward to? So listen, I don't know how I'm feeling, because when I've been thinking about starting law school's been on the horizon for a while for me. I've been super excited. Some days I've had highs, some days I've had lows, some days I'm a bit like, this is so uncertain, I don't know what's gonna happen. People have told me this about law school, people have told me that, yada. But never in my thoughts did I ever imagine that I'll be starting law school in a pandemic, and for the duration, I'll be looking at my webcam. That's it. I thought I'd be going in, you know, having a cheeky little study group, meeting new people, all of that wonderful jazz. But no. I mean, yes and no. I've met some really cool people, but obviously everything is online. So yeah. And that has its pros and its cons, but you'll see, we're gonna walk through this together, so you'll see. And what am I most looking forward to? I'm actually looking forward to learning again. I've actually really missed studying, and I've missed uni, which might sound a bit wild to some people, but I have. So catch me doing a cheeky assignment again. I'm ready. Let me get my stationery out. I'm ready. So this is a really cool question, actually. The next question we have is, how do you combat imposter syndrome? You see imposter syndrome? Listen, if I start, I won't end. And I feel like this needs a whole video in and of itself. So whether it's applying for investment, being in an industry like we were talking about before, where you don't have the traditional background or the skills and you have to do the extra learning, whether it's walking up into a law firm, you see all these big people, you're thinking, oh my days. or just whatever it could be. I think the way that I have learned to combat it is a combination of things. First of all, my faith plays a really big role in that. I know that if I'm called to something, I will be equipped and I'll be strengthened to succeed in that. And once God opens a door for me, guess what? Nobody can shut it. No one. The second thing is being really self-aware of what are the triggers behind why I'm feeling like an imposter in this space, and then looking at the actual facts. So here are my feelings and here are the facts, okay? And reminding myself, listen, you see me, I have the source. I am just as valuable, just as intelligent, just as all of the things needed to be in this space, and I'm deserving of this space. Particularly when you apply for stuff and then you get in, it's like, so you have to remind yourself, hello, you did the work to get here. So yeah, but no, we can definitely unpack this one in more detail, because imposter syndrome is real and it rears its ugly head regularly in all different ways. And I think it's just about being really introspective, but also having mechanisms in place that you can deal with it when it rises, and you can encourage yourself and get the support systems around you to also encourage yourself, to remind you that you see you're bad. You deserve to be where you're at. You deserve to be in that space. You will shut it down. So this is a lovely question to wrap it up and close on. And it is, what can people reach out to you for? And this is a really, really wonderful question to me, because before starting my channel, I'll just be in my DMs answering questions. And sometimes I get the same question. And I really hope that by starting this channel, a lot of these questions can be answered in general for everyone. So you can reach out to me for the following: anything law related. If you are applying for your training contract, if you're doing a vacation scheme, if you're thinking, listen, Keanna, should I even study law? What should I do? How do I pick my firm? Yada, yada, yada. So law related, choosing between whether you want to be a barrister or a solicitor. See that? Big choice. And something that I had to make. So law related, hit me up. If you are on your journey of starting a business, or you want to start a business, you're thinking, where do I start? Hit me up and I can point you in the right direction. For all of these things, the resources that I've personally used and where I can answer, I'll answer you. If there are people I know, I'll connect you to. And just if you just want to have a chat, I like a good old natter, I like a good old chat. And we can talk. If you are interested in the tech space, in your background isn't tech related, hit me up. If your background is super tech related and you are technical but you want to know some more people, again, hit me up. So the reality is, for the things that this channel is about, you can hit me up about law, business, tech, and creativity. If you are trying to pursue the creative route from a business perspective, as in like not just growing a creative business, but going in, working in a specific organization or so on, also let me know. I will do my best to direct you like a tom-tom. I'm like the career version of Waze or Google Maps. Here I am directing you. But yeah, hit me up, and also keep your eyes peeled for the community space that I am building. So you won't just have to necessarily be in my DMs, that we'll be able to foster a community of other like-minded individuals walking this path together to share gems, knowledge, tips, and wisdom. So with all of that being said, thank you, and have a blessed new year. And I will see you in 2021. And I'm super excited for the journey we have ahead of us. That's all I'll say. I'm not gonna talk too much on 2020, and I'm not gonna talk too much. But next time you see me, I would have officially started law school, and I'll be sharing with you what that preparation period has looked like up until then. So see you in my next video, and take care. Bye.